Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
I truly do believe, the Niners are in very unique territory and space in the NFL, and the fact that they're very top-heavy. There are 5 all-pro players, and then you have an elite. You have a quarterback. I don't mind putting Brock in the elite category, and if you're watching this or listen to this, you got to tell Nick Bosa is number 2, which leaves Brock Purdy, the quarterback, number 1. Now, our criteria for, figuring out who is the most important players for the 49ers 2025 season, the quarterback is quarterback. You just paid him a ridiculous amount of money, which I love, and that's what it is. And in the NFL, you have quarterback is by itself in a tier. And then after that, you have pass rusher. Then from there, I don't mind going, left tackle, corner, wide receiver, those kind of third tier. But for me, as far as just premium positions and what is important, you can look at the contract values, you can look at the draft slots, you can look at first-round picks, you can look at whatever you want. It's quarterback, second tier. Pass rusher, third tier, whatever you want to throw in there. Nick Bosa comes in at number 2. 5-time Pro Bowl. This guy's made the Pro Bowl every single year. He's played more than 2 games. Only time he hasn't made the Pro Bowl is whenever he tore his ACL in week 2. It's stupid. Anyway, I won't get into that. Damn good player. Now, only one All-Pro. He's got a second-team All-Pro, and he's been kind of ripped off of a couple other second-team All-Pros. A Defensive Player of the Year award, and I know somebody's like, well, the Pro Bowl is not usually what it used to be. It's not, but what Nick Bosa brings to the table, and I will go down swinging on this one, I'll argue with anybody. He's one of the best two-way defensive ends in the NFL. And what I mean by that is, yeah, he's a elite pass rusher. But a lot of people just kind of box score and just judge off of sacks alone. You can't do that because Nick Bosa might be a better run stuffer than he is a pass rusher. And that doesn't mean he's a bad pass rusher. He's about to break the record all time for most sacks in 49ers history. He's currently 5th. He's getting close. He's 4 away from Charles Haley. He is close. In 2 years, he will have surpassed Bryant Young, who is in the Hall of Fame for most sacks in 49ers history. Nick Bosa is freaking awesome. Now, the negatives, people want more sacks. And I totally get it. You look at last year, it's kind of like a one-man crew out there. Defensive tackles were, maybe the worst in the NFL. You probably had the worst defensive tackle room in the NFL when the season was up. Leonard Floyd on the other side could get a couple mop-up sacks now and then. It was rough. It was just rough out there. So what do? You bring in Robert Saleh. Nick Bosa's best years, guess what? With Robert Saleh. And you buttress him with run-stuffing defensive tackles, youth, and you even bring in a pass rush specialist, which we saw, Bryce Huff, kind of mirrors that D4. They play a little different, but the same role. You're surrounding him, finally, with people that can help him make his job. And, we do every single film breakdown. I've broken down every single offensive, defensive, special team snap for 3.5 straight years for you guys over on the 49ersrush.com and our Patreon. And every time I do the defense, and it's oh, look right here. This is a triple team for Nick Bosa, double team for Nick Bosa. Oh, look at this. There's 4 guys that blocked Nick Bosa on this one play. There's only 11. Only 11 guys on each team out there at once. 4 guys blocking Nick Bosa and him still doing his damn job. He is the linchpin of this defense. Now, Fred Warner is my team captain. He is my if I could pick one player on this team that is the 49ers, it's Fred Warner for me. But as far as from a defensive value perspective, I would go Nick Bosa because of how important pass rusher is in today's NFL. How good he is against the run and all those things. The dude is just a stud. Wears jersey number 97, goes by Small Bear. 6'4", 266, never missed a day in the gym, never missed a protein shake. One of the best things about Nick Bosa, he's 27. He's only 27 years old. He's 27. We drafted guys that are 25. He's going into his 7th season. He's only 27. He's technically in the prime of his life. Hope that is reflected, with his impact on the field. But and he's from a family of first-round athletes. Like, you look at his family, it's hilarious. Cheryl and John Bosa are his parents. His older brother, Joey Bosa, who we all know plays for the Buffalo Bills now, was third, overall pick in the first round. His dad, John, guess what? Out of Boston College, first-round pick in 1987 to the Miami Dolphins. His uncle, Eric Kumaro, guess what? First-round pick in 1988 to the Miami Dolphins as well. Like, how much pedigree do you need? Like, this guy was built for this. I would argue he's a lot better than his brother, by the way. Not to try to take shots, but Joey, that's okay. You're still awesome. They lived down in Fort Lauderdale, raised down in Fort Lauderdale. He went to St. Thomas Aquinas, one of the best high school football programs in the nation. 4-year starter there at Aquinas. Won 7-8 state championships, not once, not twice, 3 times. He was the number 3 player coming out, depending on which ranking system. Some had him as high as number 1, all the way down to number 8. Like, the dude was just destined for what it was. It's just what it was. Goes to Ohio State, freshman All-American, and OSU Scholar Athlete, Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Year, All-American his second year, academic All-Big Ten. A lot of people have this conception that, like, Nick Bosa is dumb because he talks slow and, kind of sounds and hims and haws like Eeyore up there. That's what he sounds like to me. Dude is intelligent and a student. Like, probably one of the things that most people don't understand is the way Nick Bosa approaches every single player. Like, he has a plan. We do draft tape every single year, and I think we ranked 22 edge rushers. And, like, one of the things that's on my sheet per position is, do they have a pass rush plan? Like, not a go-to move with a counter, all right? Everybody has that number 1 and number 2. No. Do they have a plan? Do they set up, and you can only get that through, watching the progress of game tape, not highlights. Do they have a plan with how they're going to attack throughout the consistency of the game? Nobody is better at that than Nick Bosa. And, like, again, do they have bend? How do they use their hands? Is it burst? Is it strength? Is it bull rush? Nick Bosa does not have the things that make the elite Abdul Carter, Myles Garrett. No. He doesn't win with elite burst. He doesn't win with elite bend. He doesn't, like, win with elite athleticism. That's not how Nick Bosa wins. He wins with a plan, he wins with his hands, and he wins with consistency. That is what makes him special. The plan he has for every single player. And you'll listen to him in press conferences. He's like, we've got a good plan for all the players involved. And then one year, I remember they were talking about, I don't remember the player it was, but they were asking about the upcoming game and injuries at the left tackle position. And he went through the 2 backups. And he's like, well, this backup I played my sophomore year at Ohio State, and we practiced together. I know what works against him. And then the other player, I actually had a game against him in a preseason. Like, you say whatever you want about Bosa, and if you don't like him and his politics, whatever. Like, that's cool. But as far as what he brings to this team and what he does, the dude's calculated as hell. You're not academic all Big Ten and OSU scholar athlete. No. Not a scholar athlete. OSU's scholar athlete. Like, the dude has that. No doubt about it. Now, he gets drafted 2nd overall by the 49ers in the 2019 draft. Shout out to the Arizona Cardinals for taking little man instead of the generational future Hall of Famer pass rusher. Maybe they'll figure it out. Thank you, Steve Keim. Comes into the NFL and just, NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year right off the bat. Pro Bowl right off the bat. Had 9 sacks his rookie year, which is the 4th most sacks ever by a rookie. Like, you were like, you didn't even get double-digit sacks. Do you not understand how hard it is for rookies to transition in the NFL at the defensive end position? Chase Young got it the following year, and, Will Anderson, all these other players. None of them have the sack composition that he got his rookie year. People are like, I didn't even get 10. Like, that's kind of a problem of Madden and, fantasy football and all this stuff. It's like, if you don't break the sack record every year, you're a bum, and I just hate it. And most people don't understand to watch consistent defensive end play. They're just like, why hasn't Bosa got a sack? If you had 1 sack a game, you play 17, And you had 17 sacks a year. Like, you lead the NFL in sacks. Like, it's not easy just to go get sacks all the time. And I feel like part of our society and, TikTok and just the whatever, it's like instantaneous. You've got to have an NBA Jam style stat sheet or else you suck. That's just not the way the NFL in real life happens. Dude hit the ground running, and probably the best Nick Bosa has ever looked was that 2019 Super Bowl run. All throughout the playoffs. That dude was playing out of his damn mind. It was unbelievable. Came up short. That's what it is. 2020, the injuries. We'll just move on. But then he responds. 2021 goes out there, Pro Bowl year, 15.5 sacks. Good Lord. 21 tackles for loss. Like, that's the thing. The tackle for losses in the run game are just, wow. He's got 87 career tackle for losses. 2022 contract year goes out, gets Defensive Player of the Year. It's only happened 3 times in 49ers history. Dana Stubblefield, ain't talking about him. Deion Sanders, 1994, and Nicholas John Bosa. That's it. 49ers in their rich history have 3 Defensive Players of the Year, and all of it. Stubblefield, Sanders, and Nick Bosa. Pro Bowl, All-Pro. He was 6th place in MVP votes. Goes out there, 18.5 sacks, 19 tackle for losses. Historic season. 2023 Pro Bowl again. And, 10.5 sacks, 16 tackle for losses. That's a good year. Not a great year, but it's a good year. People are like, oh, that's a down year. Dude, you get double-digit sacks, played all 17 games. Insane to say that's a down year. Insane. Then 2024 last year, only played 14 games, had some issues, Pro Bowl again. 9 sacks, 15 tackle for losses. You want to say that's a down year? I get it. If he would have played, all 17, but he didn't. Would have been about 11 or 12 sacks and about 17, 18 tackle for losses. That's a damn good year. Like, it bothers me. And then, if you look at, the quantifiable analytic approach, PFF scores, right? His last 2 seasons were his highest ranked. In 2023, at his best year, 92.7 overall grade. Last year, 91. It's elite. One of the highest rated players across the entire NFL from a snap-by-snap basis. That is the Nick Bosa, man, they're all positive plays. So freaking good. His career average through 6 seasons is 89.8. He just is consistent. Run, consistent. Pass rush, consistent. Don't mind the fact that he's always getting double teamed, chipped, tight ends, triple teams. Doesn't matter. He just gets the damn job done and is so consistently great. And that's why we have him number 2. Now, he's got a 5-year contract, $170 million, $34 million per year. Already a value deal. He's already not even a top 5 highest paid defensive end. Already. And there's still Micah Parsons deal, all this stuff. When the deal happened, I was like, dude, the 49ers benefited greatly because there were no major defensive end contracts coming out for about a year and a half before they signed Bosa, which made it also so hard to do. But it gets done. It's already a value deal. Nick Bosa has a $20 million cap hit this year. Are you kidding me? That's nothing. Now, that changes greatly next year. The contract cap hits balloon next year. $42 million cap hit next year. $52 million cap hit in 27. $42 million cap hit in 2028, and then 2019 is a void year. This is going to be restructured. Remember, Nick Bosa's 27, guys. He's 27. Would not be shocked to see it kind of restructured a little bit next year, if not next year, the year after. You could probably swallow the $42 million cap hit next year. That's why the Niners are rolling forward all that cap space. I give them a hard time for being cheap on all that stuff, but they do have a plan. Career earnings for Nick Bosa already over $100 million. $101.6 million. Not that they need more money, but congrats to them. They've had generational wealth for a long time, but hey, it's what it is. I'm telling you right now, Nick Bosa is awesome. Got to hope for health. Just consistency, he's going to bring it every year. He has. I'd set the over-under at 12.5 sacks and 16.5 tackle for loss. That's a great damn year. I would take it right now. If you say, John, Nick Bosa is going to have 12.5 sacks and 16.5 tackle for loss, take it or leave it, take it. You take that right now. I would say the same thing for Myles Garrett, like, who I think is the best edge rusher in the NFL. Like, that is a quality season. Now, I mean, that's a first-team all-pro season. That is theirs. Right on the cusp, first, second team. Is that going to win Defensive Player of the Year? No. But, dude, that is awesome. If he keeps having these seasons, he's a Hall of Famer. Like, he's on pace. He is on pace. Need to get him a ring. Man, Nick Bosa, damn good player. It's crazy that, you have to pick somebody, between Kittle and Warner and Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa. Like, that is a tough thing to do. But I stand by the fact that Nick Bosa is the second most important player on this 49ers roster for 2025. The drop-off after him, I like Mikael Williams. I like Bryce Huff, who's a complimentary piece. Sam-O, Yetur Gross-Matos ain't even practicing. Sam-O, and I like Sam-O. I think he's great, and he's a rotational piece. Robert Beal Jr., you ain't got Nick Bosa, you in trouble. Thankfully, Nick Bosa's healthy. Thankfully, he's under contract for a long time, and he's only 27. Thank you to Ben for being executive producer of this show. We got one more. That is 90 episodes of the Countdown done. One more to go. Woo! We're going to make it.